guys, simerlypoe here, back again with another speed build video. So today's video I'm going to build a daycare for the little kids and toddlers. I wanted to have like a centre for them to go with the parents, kind of somewhere you can take the kids just so they can play with the toys and have a go on the swings, etc. So this is what I decided to build. I knew in my head that I wanted to have something quite colourful. I did actually see an image and I saw it kind of like lots of reds and yellows and greens, all block colours all over the building. So I decided that I just wanted to make it like that. So this is what I'm doing here. So I'm just putting in some colour blocks here just to make it look a bit more bright and cheerful. Like I say, I want it to look quite modern and colourful. So that's what I'm doing right now. So how are you guys all doing today? I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. I've had a bit of a busy week. I'm quite tired, to be honest, so if I do sound like I'm falling asleep, that's why. So I do apologise. It should be better on the next one. So I've had a bit of a bad week from start to finish really, and I'm getting to relax now, so I'll get a day off tomorrow and a couple of days off next week, so hopefully I can do more builds for you because it's been a bit slow this week. I normally get a couple up, but unfortunately due to, you know, work commitments and stuff like that, I've just been out of the house and not had any time. So whatever time I have had, you know, it's just been kind of like relaxing and trying to chill out, and I've just been watching that Stranger Things yesterday and I just got so into that. I ended up staying up quite late watching that, so if you guys haven't watched that at all, it's fantastic. It's one of the best TV shows out there at the moment, I think. I'm absolutely hooked to it. Really good. So one good thing that happened this week, or was it last week, I can't remember, but I was sitting here just minding my own business and I just decided to log into The Sims just to have a look and finish off one of my builds. And I had a look and I was like, what? 2,000 downloads on my Solani family home. I literally just put that up. I was like, what is this? So I had a look and I just had so many comments and I was scrolling through. I was like, this can't be happening. What is going on? So then I realised that Maxis favoured my lot. So I was just so excited. I can't believe that happened to me. I think now it's on about 8,000 downloads. Unfortunately, I didn't get any YouTube subscribers from it, but you know, that's the way it is, I guess. So I decided the roof's a bit plain, so I just go in and I find these building blocks and I just make them a little bit bigger and put them on the roof there. I just think that looks really cool. And I'm just going around the building just making it a little bit more decorative. So I've just moved on to the inside of the daycare centre, and I've already decorated the walls and the floors, etc, because I don't think you really want to see me kind of choosing wallpaper, etc. It's a bit boring. So I've done that previously off screen, and I'm just choosing some objects, and everything in this build is going to be obviously child friendly. Everything is for kids. It's not really place where adults would come. Yeah, so I'm just putting in these chairs here. I just want this area here to be a little bit more open, so I've done that there, and I put the ball pit in, but I do take that out later, and I put a ball pit in the back garden because I kind of thought, you know, I don't know, I didn't like it there too much. So I'm just fiddling around. I don't really know what I'm doing, like I always say, because I never know what I'm doing. I'm just going through all the objects, and I filtered a few of the packs just to see what I could choose, and there's a lot of things that I have never used before, so I just wanted to do that. And I'm just putting in loads of colourful things and colourful wall decorations. Just I want it to be really colourful, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm just choosing all these objects, putting them in. It was really nice to actually do a build where I can go in and just use all the teddy bears and the children's objects and the curtains. I quite enjoyed this build, to be honest. I really like doing a colour one, because normally I do quite, you know, subtle things or plain things, but I liked using so much colour on this. It was really fun, and I wasn't too sure, you know, how I was going to do the little rooms and what I was going to put in there, but I just kind of used the objects here just to kind of make every room a little bit different. So that's what I did there. So this room I wanted to kind of make like a craft room, so I've put all the tables and chairs in there, the art kind of drawing tables and things, and a few painting tables, just something where your Sims can come in, the little baby Sims can come in and just play around and make things and put them on the walls, etc. So that's what I've done there. So I'm just choosing all these objects here, and I just picking things that I think suit, and I'm just putting all these little shelves up and that, and I'm just putting in the clock, as you can see. So I'm just going around the build finding all these objects here, and I go through and I find these little flags that they gave in the free update. So I'm just putting them in, and I'm just playing around with a few objects and some lights, and I just nothing really planned. Like I always say, I'm just putting objects in that I like the colour match, and I'm just doing that, just making it really colourful. And then this room here, I'm just going to make a very small room just with a couple of teddy bears, a few toy chests, and some doll houses. I just wanted to have it just like a dollhouse room. That was it on this one here. So nothing too interesting, not too many objects here, just a couple of doll houses, a couple of teddy bears, and a few decorations. So I'm just moving on to the next room here. So I've decided that I'm going to make this room kind of like a reading area, somewhere where your toddlers or kids can just come and chill out, maybe read a book, just sit there and chat with their friends, something like that. I know that every single room that I'm going to build in here, I want it to have a different kind of look, different features. So this one, that's what I wanted it to kind of look like. And I'm just putting in a few curtains here and there. I really like these curtains, and I use them quite a lot actually on my kids' builds, because I just think the clouds look really cute. And I'm just putting in a few teddy bears, just going through the objects, just seeing what I can use. And I just put this little penguin television up against the wall. I've not used the penguin one really that much, to be honest, but I quite like the look of it. And I go throughout the build later and I just make it a little bit bigger, and I thought that looked really cool on the wall. So I'm just finding all these objects, just matching up the colours, and I'm just putting them in like you can see there. So moving on to the next room, I wanted to make a little room here just for gaming. So I've put this arcade machine in here, and a few chairs, and the scout board, and just a few items that your toddler kid can come in and play with. Nothing massive, just something, you know, just on the side that they can just pop in and just play around with. Maybe have a few games with their friends and stuff like that. So I thought to myself, I want to kind of have like a coffee area at the back where your sim can come in and have some food and drink. So I decided to make that at the back here, and instead of having it as a generic community lock, I changed it to a cafe, so it will run as a cafe. So when your sims do come here, they will see it as a coffee shop. So I'm just putting in some chairs, and I just wanted to make it as colourful and just to stick with the same kind of theming. I'm not going to go too mad on this area. I just want it quite simple, just somewhere that your sims can come in and have something to eat. I should have made it a bit bigger, to be honest. I was a bit annoyed, so I do actually go back in before I upload it to the gallery. I'm just going to change it around a bit and just put the coffee room at the back, I think, because I just feel that when my sims were coming in when I was testing it, they were a bit kind of stuck against the wall, and although it worked, it was absolutely fine, I just didn't like it. I just felt that it's going to really annoy me when I play it, so I'm going to change that in a minute, and just before I upload that, like I say. So I'm just going around the objects, just, you know, picking things what I like and matching up the colours, and I just put a TV in here just so your sims can kind of sit there and watch the television while they're having a coffee or waiting for the kids to stop playing. And I just put in this little fireplace and just a wall speaker just to entertain the sim. I'm just going through the items here, and I'm just choosing colours that I think match up. So I'm just putting this exit sign in, and I'm just putting a couple of items on the table, and I just want a few items here that the sims can come and, you know, grab some snacks. So that's what I've done here, and I'm just covering up this kind of window area because I've stacked 3 windows on top of each other. Although it actually does look like part of the wall, it's not too bad. It just annoyed me, so I'm just using the curtains here just to cover that space up a little bit there, and I'm just going around with the same colour theme here. I find these lanterns that I haven't used too often, so I'm just scattering them through the room, and I just put this fan in the middle here just to cool the sims down when it comes to the summertime. So I'm just moving on to the bathroom area, and I'm going to make this a unisex toilet. I've decided that I'm going to use the gender neutral door. I haven't used that yet. That came in the new patch update. So I'm just using that. And I just wanted to use these talking toilets because I've never used them either, and I just thought the colour really suited. So nothing fancy here. I've just done a few cubicles, and I'm just putting in some lights. And I've kind of done the wallpaper, the pink and the blue, just a bit stereotypical, but you know, it doesn't matter, does it? So I'm just putting in some mirrors, and I'm just choosing some clutter objects. I'm not going to go too mad in here, just quite simple, but I do want to make it look quite child friendly. So also, as it is a, you know, kids centre, I've put in these toilets here, these little toddler toilets, because obviously, you know, as kids you need to potty train them, so I just thought that, you know, just have a couple of them in the corner there. And I just found all these void critters, so I'm just putting them on the door, and I'm just changing changing them. And I like the fact that there's lots of options here. There's a lot of things you can do and change them to different colours and different animals, etc. And then I'm just putting in these kids ladybugs and the rabbit and the elephant and the dinosaur, and I didn't actually know that you could actually change the colour on that, so I was fiddling around with that, and I'm just putting them in. I'm just putting around some clutter. I just wanted it to look a little bit more detailed, and I'm just putting in the tissue and the bath objects on the shelves here. Nothing too fancy, just trying to make it look nice. And I just put a little bit of a bunny sofa in the corner here with some lights. So I'm just moving on to the balcony area, and it is quite open plan. So I decide that I'm just going to make it a little area where the adults can come and sit and hang out, or just waiting for the kids to finish playing. So I've just made this sofa in the corner here, and I'm just putting an end table and a few plants. I wasn't too sure what to put in here, so I'm just going through the objects, just seeing what I think suits. And I just put in this little hamster area here, just so the kids can play with the hamster. And I put in this dartboard. And here I just want to cover up the windows again, so I'm just using the blinds up and down just to make it look a bit better, just to cover a bit of the mechanics, etc. So then I just move on to the other section, and this, again, I wasn't too sure, so I'm just putting in the curtains while I'm thinking about what I can put here. And then I find this puppet show, so I just put that in. So I'm just going to make this a whole area where the kids can come and just play with the puppets and watch the show and just have a little bit of fun, etc. I just think that looks really cute, and I haven't actually used that before, so it is nice to kind of see how it worked. And I was playing around, and it was quite fun to see what the kids could do and how they were enjoying and interacting with that. So I'm going to leave you with the rest of the speed build, guys. I hope that's okay. It's a little bit of a shorter voiceover today. It's just I'm a little bit tired, and I just feel that the rest of the build is quite self-explanatory. So if you do like this build, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I upload weekly. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next week, bye.
I set out on a road that I built with my own two hands. I met friends on the way, people chosen to make a stand. I felt strong in the sun as I walked onto pastures green. Saw forgiveness together as spaces in between. And I'll be with you through the night, and I'll turn every wrong to right. Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Honey, we're not like the others, no reason to be. And my ventures, they brought me to places I've never been. But you can walk through this world without a few punches upon your chin. I think I lost you somewhere between 20 and 23, but I still hold you dear despite the heartbreak you caused in me. 'Cause you were with me through my nights, and you filled the darkness with shining lights, yeah. Children of summer, we're meant to be free. Honey, we're not like the others, no reason to be. Lady is far in our lungs, so it's too hard to breathe. Lover, I live for the day you and I turn to we. To think of you now, though my memories turn and bleed. I'm still walking this road on my knees, they are ever so weak. I never thanked you for putting your faith on a bum like me, yeah. And wherever you are, I think it's here you were meant to be. Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Honey, we're not like the other, no reason to be. Lady, there's fire in our lungs, so it's too hot to breathe. Lover, I live for the day you and I turn to me.
Indeed happy, now you're telling me it's over. Oh my, I wonder what's next, you know we're getting older. Oh my, when all we do is trying, it only makes us stronger. Oh my, dreams aren't meant to be broken. In tears when reading old letters. Oh my, something isn't right when looking back is better. Oh my, dreams aren't meant to be broken. You don't live twice. Roll the dice, roll the dice, roll the dice. You don't live twice. Roll the dice. I see the fire in your eyes. They used to take color from the skies. Do you remember? You don't live twice. Roll the dice.
You're keeping me on. Yeah, I'm strapped in, stuck in a song you can't turn off. Like a merry-go-round, my head flies by so fast. Still I'm thinking of you. Do you remember still how we used to run? Fields were roaring. You said maybe it's love. It sure as hell was. 'Cause in my mind we're smiling on the dance floor. Late night skinny dipping like we're on our own run. Got the words now, 'cause we're so young. We're in your car singing crazy to the radio. I remember it like time's been frozen still. Oh, had no words, no. We were so young. But now you're long, long gone. You're so moved on. Now you're long, long gone. You're so moved on. Now you're long gone. You're so moved on. But still I hear that song. It lingers on. Yeah, it lingers on.